Listening Section 2. In a moment, you are going to hear an orientation talk given to new overseas students at Maslow University. The talk is being given by Ms. Jennifer Davis. Before you listen, look at questions 12 to 14. As you listen to the first part of the talk, answer questions 12 to 14.
Hello, my name's Jennifer Davis. I'm the Student Affairs Officer here at Maslow University, and I'd first of all like to welcome you all to this orientation talk. I'll be talking to you about the campus and a little of its history, and then I'll be introducing you to some of the facilities available to all Maslow University students, and in particular, overseas students. First, let me just point out to you two people who you will definitely need to know. They are Bruce Chandler, who is the coordinator of the Overseas Student Office. Actually, you can see Bruce in that group of people over there. Bruce is the short man with the beard and glasses. Hi, Bruce. Bruce will be speaking to you later. The other person you'll be meeting is Donna Wilcox. Now, Donna's in charge of the Student Union Activities Office. In fact, Donna's just over there too. She's the one with the white top and dark skirt. Hi there, Donna. She'll be speaking to you today later too. Now, I want to congratulate you all for getting to this talk on time. I say this because I know the campus can be a bit confusing for people when they first get here. In fact, I'd just like to spend a few minutes pointing out some of the landmarks that can be seen from here. Let's see. If you look just behind me, you'll see a large 4-storey brick building. That's the Borland Library, named after Harold Borland, who was the first Chancellor of Maslow University. Just ahead of me are two buildings that look like identical twins. In fact, they serve very different purposes. One of them is the University Language Centre. That's the one on my right. The other one, the one on my left, is the Aeronautics Building. Now, to the east of us, you'll see no building at all, just trees and flowers and a huge grassy area. That's the Maslow Gardens, which were part of the original design of the campus. And finally, to the west of where I'm standing, we can see the largest building on campus, 17 stories of steel and glass construction. I'll give you one guess what that is. That's right, it's the University Administration Building.
Now look at questions 15 to 21. As the talk continues, answer questions 15 to 21.
Obviously, the buildings we can see from here aren't the only ones on campus. In fact, there are a total of 70 buildings of various sizes and purposes scattered over some 13 hectares of land. Later, I'll be giving out maps to you and will also be giving you a tour after lunch. Next, let me give you a little history about Maslow University. The university was not originally a university at all. John Herbert Maslow came to this country from Scotland in 1822 at the age of 33. He had trained and worked as a maths teacher before immigrating, and when he got here, he found that there were lots of people wanting education, but not nearly enough people to teach them. So he set up a teachers' college on this very site in 1825. The students of the college spent an average of 2 years here before they went out to find work in primary schools and high schools being set up around the state. Around 3,200 students graduated from Maslow Teachers College in its first 10 years of operation. And I should mention that though John Maslow set up the college, it was always strictly a public institution, always the property of the state government. Now, even though John Maslow died in 1848, the Teachers' College continued to run in much the same way until 1868. Around that time, the state government had plans to establish 2 new universities. In 1866, Riversdale University was established on a site about 11 kilometres northwest of the city centre. The government wanted the second university to be a bit closer to town, so they chose to convert Maslow Teachers' College into Maslow University. That happened 2 years after they opened Riversdale University. As you know, Maslow is southeast of the city centre, but it's only 1.5 kilometres away. You may be interested to know that there's always been an intense rivalry between Maslow University and Riversdale University. They're always trying to outdo each other academically and also, importantly, in sport. Now, with sport, it all depends on what game we're talking about. I don't think anyone in either university would argue that Maslow has the better basketball team and the better soccer team. In fact, Maslow has beaten Riversdale in both sports for about 10 years running. But Riversdale University has its strengths too. Riversdale's football team has always defeated Maslow's, and in women's swimming too. Though not in men's swimming, Riversdale tends to come out on top. When it comes to baseball, well, both universities have a poor record, and the same goes for track and field. Incidentally, the sports teams here at Maslow are always looking for new members, in particular those with a strong background in sport. Now, let's move on to the facilities in the Student Union.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.